So just as you, me, were starting to enjoy the nice weather, maybe not so much me, living in Minneapolis here, a good day is a dime a dozen. It was 70 degrees, and after a good 3-4 hours, it was raining harder than it is for the Reds to win a game. Having fun touching grass, well, here you go. You're back inside. A new program coming with 5 new bosses. We're going to go ahead and talk about that today. They did go ahead and confirm that you're going to be able to pick 2 of these 5 bosses. So again, it's going to replace the face of the franchise program. It's probably going to look a lot similar, a lot of that inning style structure. So we're going to talk about who I think it's going to be. They haven't released any teasers, any tidbits, but I have a feeling I'm going to get at least one of these right, maybe even 2. Let me know in the comment section your predictions. Who do you want to see as second inning, or whatever they're calling it, bullshit excuse to not give as much content program. Let me know what players you want to see in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you guys do enjoy, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and let's go ahead and get it going. So, of course, the first one was essentially Team Affinity, right? 30 cards, 1 per team. That's the exact structure, the exact orientation that Team Affinity was confined with since MLB 18, I believe. It's been a long time. And they put it in this all-encompassing program, which now features daily moments, the XP reward path, the inning programs, and Team Affinity, and subsidized it into one. So you only retain like 25% of the content, and you are less than 25% of the satisfaction. But let's not be too pessimistic here. They still have a good chance if they do put some good supplemental stuff. If they put better cards here, for example. If they give us better options, maybe some 85 diamonds start to pop up here. And more packs, man. I think that's another thing a lot of people were pretty frustrated with. You can grind out this whole program, and your top-end rewards, 5 show packs, a set 1 headliner pack, which guarantees a silver, and a big dog pack, which, don't have too big of profits, 7K if you get the base round right there, barely above quick sell. But let's get to my predictions here. Let's start out with number 1. That was anticlimactic. Chris Bryant, okay? He's going to be my first prediction. Now, I'm guessing 93, 94 overalls is what they're going to go with here. Yes, Battle Royale we just got was 92s as Oral and Jason Giambi came into the fray, but I think 93s for this program is fair. They said they're going to be big. They said they're going to be, good cards, so hopefully that actually does remain consistent. And I think a Chris Bryant early game, they can still give him a 97, 98 overall card later on in the year. Maybe he goes full out wacko mode with the Rockies, playing at cores and his stats are juiced up. He's having a good start, or at least he was until I bet on him and he didn't do anything. Shame. Code Gomes at Underdog Fantasy. Get yourself a $100 deposit match. Thank you. But Chris Bryant, I think this card could be really cool because it seems like they're truly using StatCast speed, which will get him 88. He was in the 88th, the top percentile, and that seems to be what they've gone with. Stanton is in the 12th, the bottom 12th, and that's reflective of his speed in the game. So combine that with very balanced splits, high 80s on contact and power and good enough defense, also has the versatility. With that speed, you can definitely play him in the outfield. This would be a really cool card and not really like a Chris Bryant we've seen before. It's usually not quite as balanced. It's better against lefties, and the fielding and the speed leaves a little to be desired, but I think a younger Chris Bryant early in the game would really pop off. That'd be a really good card to see. Bob Gibson, I went ahead and looked last year, the 42 cards. He was the only one that really hasn't gotten an upgrade to this point, and I think pitchers are going to be a vital part. I think we've seen too many closers, man. This new headliner pack coming on Tuesday, that's the 3rd or 4th headliner card out of 8 that has been closers. Let's cool it down, man. That's a little too much. And simmer. But Bob Gibson here, he's going to have the sinker. As far as velocity, this is an older Bob Gibson that I went ahead and did right here. 93 on the sinker, 97, 98 potentially. On the 4-seamer, 91 hit 9 is pretty good for right now. Again, I do think that stat or that attribute is going to be diminished this year with Randy Johnson. I think that's a perfect example. I find it hard to believe that they didn't learn from the Pedro Martinez mistake and give one of the greatest pitchers of all time just an unusable statistic. So I think we're probably not going to see many starters with like 105, 110 hit 9. That's going to be reserved more for the closers, which has been the case in years past. It was only when they introduced like the no-hitter cards that, really fucked everything up. But Bob Gibson, I think, would be a good card here. The only question would be control, and, that could make for a really good starting pitcher early on in the year. Giancarlo Stanton, I think he is a perfect guy because, yes, you can have good cards, but you also want good names, right? That's something that's always plagued content, I feel. And it's unfortunate. They could release a good card, it just doesn't have a sexy name to it, and people are going to say mid. Oh my god, where's Tatis's card? Oh my lord, when is Babe Ruth gonna get a card? When it could be the same stats, but it's just a different name, and it, people's opinion flips on a dime. So Stanton would fit both. The contact against righties is always kind of his downside, but 56 speed, decent defense and good power. He's going to hit lefties really well. This is from his 2014 season. Again, a lot of these guys, they're going to get better cards later on in the year. So it's important to note. I think that's a good thing to do right now for a big program. If that's your big part of content, let's have some big names in here and let's get content rolling. It's been about 3-4 weeks now, and it feels like the game is just ramping up when, we're almost a 12th of the way done. Probably like a 9th if you think about how long the actual content span is. Blake Snell, I think, could fit really well. Like a 94 is about as good as he's going to get, right? And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, as a Rays fan, I might say, I think his best years are behind him. Maybe that's a bit presumptuous to say, but he's yet to pitch for the Padres, and it's tough. A guy like Blake Snell, he never pitched deep into games. He got roughed up a bit when he did pitch last year. I don't think it's too hot of a take to say he's probably not going to win another Cy Young award. But 4 pitches, you can make up for that with 97 hit 9, which would be very meta. Some of the top end probably be a top 3-4 starting pitcher in the game with that hit 9 right there. Make him throw some gas. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Like 98 on that 4-seamer. Make him pretty good. 4 pitches. You don't have to. And I don't want to say I'm sick of it, because I get the point why they give guys they manufacture out of nowhere. Oh, yep, this guy threw a sinker. He did. Just don't watch the tape. Believe us. Because it makes the cards good, right? If Mariano Rivera didn't have a sinker, people would be like, wow, you spent all this money for his likeness for what? I don't like the sinker meta. I wish it was changed, but with that being the case, you might as well give a lot of these cards sinkers so people don't automatically write the card off before even looking at anything else. They just glue their eyes to that SNK. If they don't see it, they're out. Like Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. I swear to God, like 5 minutes into a pitch, maybe even less, he's always the first person out. They could just say, hi, Mark, I'm sorry, I'm out. That's essentially the case here with no sinker. But Blake Snell could be a decent card early game when a lot of people don't have a bunch of starters that they like at this point, and we transition from those face of the franchise guys. Lou Gehrig, I think this could be another fun one. He has a great swing, one of my favorites in the game. I give him a 94 overall. Same thing with Blake Snell. And I molded this card kind of like good contact against righties, really good power, a little lower on contact against lefties, because you want to have a pretty strong differential for his top card, which is, in my opinion, the best first baseman that comes out each year. He's got pretty good fielding, 77 to start out, can get 2 gold shield at P3. And good speed for a 1B as well. So I think Lou Gehrig would be another good option right there. Currently in the game, I just kind of thought about what positions are we missing at this point. And catcher is certainly not one of them. I hope that we do not get a brand new catcher. There is Piazza, there's Adley, there's Gary Carter, there's Joe Mauer, there's Gary Sanchez, there's Mike Napoli, there's even Yasmani Grandal and Salvador Perez if you're brave enough. So I kind of thought about what positions are kind of slim right now. A couple other options that I did put down here. Noah Syndergaard. I think he would be a perfect guy to put into the game at this point. He's got those meta pitches. He has the sinker and he throws hard. Give him like again, a 93, 94 overall card from the Mets, which is a couple points lower than they usually give him. But I think that's fine. You know, it's not like he was a Hall of Famer with the Mets. He had like 2-3 good years for them. I think 2 All-Star seasons for the Mets. Give him like a 93, 94. He's a fan favorite name for that time, and a lot of people are going to enjoy that card. A couple other options. Eddie Murray, switch hitter, hits both ways really well for the Orioles. Of course, you guys are well aware of Eddie Murray. We have George Brett. He was the boss last year, I believe, but I think he would also kind of fit the bill. He got that 93, 94 overall Battle Royale card last year. I could see him easily getting the same card. I wouldn't be too excited about it, but it's a very SGS move. Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Sandberg, a couple middle infielders from the National League. Jimmy Rollins, he always gets that 91 overall. I'd assume it would be better, I would hope, or, you know, else we might have some problems. But that kind of fit because we have a Ryan Howard and we have a Chase Utley card. Give a more competitive Jimmy Rollins besides the 84 overall than Ryan Sandberg. Not the sexiest name, but his cards typically play pretty well above their attributes. And Tom Seaver, Ernie Banks, Joe Torre, and Reggie Jackson are a couple other names that have been coming to mind as far as do they deserve an upgrade right now? Because a lot of players I think about right now, like a Freddie Freeman, for example, you know, he has the 88. He's pretty much guaranteed to get a 99 by way of his play in this season, or, you know, what he's done in the past. His 2020 MVP season, for example. He already has an 88, and this is still a really good card. It's up to a 90. He always plays up. What's the point of giving him like a +2, +3 overall diamond at this point? You might as well give it to someone who can actually reward from an incremental diamond. That's pretty much how they do it. It's pretty rare that SGS is not thinking ahead as far as overall placements. They don't usually do worthless upgrades. Willie Mays was another perfect one. I don't think, in my eyes, that he is a usable card of the game right now with just this 87 overall, but they just dropped it like 2 weeks ago, so there's not really a point that they would drop, oh, you know what, here's another one. Here's another Willie Mays. The only exception is Salvador Perez. They will not stop until there's at least double-digit diamond Salvador Perez cards. And I'm excited for when we see the next upgrade for him. But I think that's pretty much going to do it. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to go over all the news, roster update predictions for... Apparently, unless they change their mind again, there's going to be a roster update coming this week, so I'll have my predictions up. Pretty big week of content. I'm looking forward to it. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. There goes himself. Yeet.